Okay, and then we come to our main dish of the evening, wondrous creatures.
Scriptures, yes.
Yes. So Evangelos' copy, pimped out to the max. So let me first, for the people who have never heard of wondrous creatures before, let me read the description. Welcome to the world full of fantastic creatures. You are an admirer, a creature enthusiast who will join the journey of forming the world's leading creature reserve. Unique worker placement. Wondrous Creatures worker placement mechanism provides an intriguing hex puzzle experience. Your deployed worker interacts with surrounding icons to bring in resources or cards and wants to activate special effects. Works to activate special effects. Transforming terrains. As the game progresses, powerful special effects are newly placed on the map. Get creative and use these special effects to unleash your very own powerful combos. 100 plus different creature cards. Collect and combine various different creature cards. Every creature holds its own distinctive ability and provides a deep strategic tableau building experience. Each card, beautifully illustrated by Sophia Kang, will immerse you into a wonderful world of wondrous creatures. Evolving worker abilities. Your workers hold their own unique abilities. As you progress through the game, unlock their abilities and strengthen your workers. Description from the designer. So the weight, as I mentioned before, is 3 out of 5. The rating is 8.01 out of 3,700 ratings. That's saying something. Best number of players is 1 to 3, best 2 to 3. Playtime that we had for 4 players was like 3 hours with some AP, no crazy
Mm.
AP. I think it was okay compared to normally, I think it
Yeah,
was
we expected it.
solo solo was about 90 minutes. I'll talk about that more. The designer is Yom Chul-woon, which I'm probably mispronouncing. He's South Korean. He also designed Shallow Sea,
Mm.
which apparently is also very good. The artist, like I mentioned, is Sophia Kang. She did art for Life of the Amazonia, Shallow Sea, Shaolia, Warring States, and Wild Serengeti. The publisher is Bad Comet, which has published all the games I just mentioned that Sophia Kang did. So I'm sure she's an in-house artist. So, Evangelos, it's your copy. Why did you get
Mhm.
it?
Because
Why did?
Everdell is one of my favorite games of all time,
Uh-huh.
and everyone was talking about how this game is very similar to Everdell. And
Really?
well, the idea is a tableau builder
Ah, okay.
and the pretty creatures. So at first I didn't back it. I didn't back it,
Oh,
and but then I managed to, but I've ordered it through an hour later. I changed my mind because I started seeing the reviews and everyone saying how good it is.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
because at the beginning I thought I already have Everdell and love Everdell, but that was my main reason I got it because I love tableau builders. So like Ark Nova, Terraforming Mars are great games. I'm not so crazy about Earth, and we didn't like Wingspan.
Yeah.
So, but that's the main reason I got it, and it's very pretty. It's a very good looking game. But the main reason was it's a tableau builder, and people compare it to Everdell.
I was in the same boat as you, as in I didn't back it initially because
Mm.
I thought the cards looked really good, but then when I looked at the board and the dinosaur slash monsters with the captains on
Captains,
top, I thought this looks maybe a little bit too gateway-y, a little bit too simple,
yeah.
and then I don't want to have another game that's very light but looks very pretty because in the end you don't play them a lot because it can be as pretty as you want if you don't enjoy. So I didn't want to risk it, so I didn't get it
Mm.
either. Okay, so I'll go over how it plays. So basically, the actions you can do on your turn is you can place a worker. You have a maximum of 3 of them. You can only place one, of course. You can play up to 2 cards. You can do one of the achievements, one of the 7, yes, 7
Mm.
achievements, or you can recharge, which is basically recall all your workers and then do a bunch of stuff. So that's basically in a very, very short way of describing it. How do you feel about the art? Let's start with that.
The art's really pretty. I think it is pretty. I think it is good. Um, no, I can't complain with the art. It's really nice. The monsters all unique. Every art card is different, and I'm not crazy about the cartoony captains or the meeples. They look a little
Yeah.
strange.
Some of
But
them
the
look
art
very strange.
but the art itself is pretty. I think it's
Yeah,
pretty.
I agree. But the
Especially
characters like
because they're all unique.
some of the characters look cool, and then some of them have
Uh,
their eyes open as if they're on crack or something. Like
yeah.
I'm here to get animals. It's like what? But I don't mind. I don't mind.
But I really
Um,
like the art. And that's it. The fact that every card is unique. That's crazy. The amount of
yeah.
art that's produced for this game.
Yes. Yes. That's
And
true. That's true.
insane.
I must have,
So
I don't know, I don't even know how long it took her to do it, but it's very impressive. And
mm,
also, one thing that is a little bit less positive, but that's not really art. I guess that's more like, layout and everything. That the descriptions of the cards, like the words, the sentences are too small. But then it doesn't really matter because if you play several times, you won't have to read it because the iconography will explain it to you.
I think the iconography is pretty straightforward once you understand it.
Yeah, but in the beginning it can be like, what is this? So that takes a while. But that's just a minor negative, just because the
Yeah.
iconography they could have just left it out as well and then just look it up in the rule book what it means. But yeah. Anyway,
Mm.
all right. So we're both agreement that the art is amazing,
It's
very
really
very
pretty. It's really
pretty.
pretty.
Yeah,
Really pretty. It makes the game. And like just the small touches, look, the box is like a book. It's like a book, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's very nice too.
It's just the small touches of class that make the game look classy and attractive.
Yeah,
So yes, I really like it. It feels like a Studio Ghibli type art.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. It also
Yeah.
reminds me of seasons and so on. It's always nice.
Yes. Yes.
Then the different areas of the board and like mechanics. So let's say the main board with the hex tiles to get resources and bonuses. I think it's pretty original that when you place your worker, you get everything around you, right? So it's
Yes.
always a
Yes.
tight fight for the spaces.
And the
Because
games and the board and the map slowly evolves, gets bigger, has more options as the game goes along, comes along.
Yeah, yeah, because
That's really cool.
initially, like eggs are placed on them, and you can get them, or some eggs are placed on water, and then, like you said, at one point, if you have enough points, you can get a tile to put on a water
Mm.
spot, and then take that egg for you as well.
Yeah.
And also, the yellow spots are all free, but the green spots you have to pay for them. Like
Mm.
if it's only covering one, you pay one resource. If you cover two, you pay two resources. So sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes it's also like, oh man, I really don't want to place my guy, but I have to because I
Mm.
can't recharge before placing all of them. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
every time, not every time, but sometimes when we recharge, we add eggs to it as well. So you can kind of like hope some stuff gets somewhere. But
Yes.
yeah. Then you also have the locations. Sometimes have special actions where you have to use a net to use it, which I thought was pretty sweet as well because it's like you can only have a maximum of three nets, but the actions are sometimes quite powerful. I was like, should I use it now? Should I wait? Should I not? And that was pretty good.
I think it just gives an extra tightness to the board because not only do you want the resources, you also want those nets, those actions.
Yeah.
So it just gives you more competition for certain spots to place your guy.
Yeah, you are always on my right. So it was many times I was like, do not go to that spot. I need
Yeah.
those flowers. If you go there now, what am I gonna do? But in this
Yeah.
game, you never did. You never blocked me. Thank you. So that was good.
Well, obviously, I didn't know what you had in your hand, so it's not like I could.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Then we have the card river. So you have different cards in the game. You've got the
Mm.
instant, like the lightning. You've got ongoing, so powers that last till the end of the game. End game scoring, recharge cards, and then the energy cards. You put like the little energy tokens on it, and then you
Mm.
remove it to do the action, and so on. So how did you feel about the card river and the cards themselves?
Okay, the river's weird because only the three on the left gets cleared. That's kind of a strange
Hmm.
mechanic because the cards don't move, so it's kind of think okay, just the three. It's a strange one. I'm sure that's fine. For me, the cards I really like the cards, and yeah, it's the standard ones, but it feels like the game has more end of game scoring and instant ability cards. Or just that's just the way it felt. I don't know if it's true. It
I
feels
know
like
that,
there's not.
yeah. The
Yeah,
instant
sorry.
ability, I agree with you. The instant ability, I do really feel there's more than that. But we haven't checked, of course, what the division is of all the different cards.
Yeah.
But the one thing about the card river is so as you recharge, there's a timer that moves forward, and sometimes it sweeps. If it's like a double sweep, all the cards disappear. Sometimes it's one sweep, and then only like you said, the three on the side go away, and then you can choose a card. I think maybe I'm wrong, but because you have such a wide decision space of what you can do, I think one of the options could have been like you remove three of your choice, but then I think it would take too long. Like this is
Hmm.
just, it seems like a simple solution. Just remove half and don't even think about it. Just remove them three. And it's a bit weird to know those three on the left will always be there unless
I
someone
see. It's
chooses
a,
them. But
unless I didn't read the rules properly. But then why don't the cards move? Because if they shift, then what gets wiped is the cards have been there the longest. Unless maybe
yeah.
it does happen. Unless it does happen, I didn't read the rules properly.
Well,
Do you-
I didn't see anything differently, but if I'll check afterwards. So
Yeah.
if we were wrong, I will put something in here. Now, yes, we were wrong. So it turns out when you do a half sweep, so when you only have one icon of a sweep, then you choose either the left three or the right three cards. And then you remove those, and then refill the river, and then you choose one of the six available cards.
But do you know
And
what I mean?
if you haven't
Like,
heard anything, then we were right.
because if it's only the three that are left, that makes more sense if the cards shift.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Because
Yeah,
you really use all the cards. But
yeah,
yeah. So I don't know if maybe I'm just salty because of how it affected my game, but it just felt like there weren't enough like recharge cards. There weren't enough passive ability cards. There was just enough recharge card, enough of
mm,
the energy cards. It felt like there was a lot of instant cards and a little bit more end of game scoring cards. But the other ones, which were kind of cool, I didn't feel like there was a lot of them in the game. I
yeah.
need to
Well,
check the deck.
I agree with you. Well, that brings me a little bit to any like you. That's what you guys have told me in the past. Any games where you have a deck of cards, right? Because there's always a luck factor. Like your captain, because we all have a captain with special powers and so on. When you unlock him or her,
Yeah,
your captain was like for recharge cards, right? But if you
yeah,
don't initially get any, and then you don't have a lot of options to get, or they might show up, but then other people get them or they sweep them or whatever,
yeah.
then it gets very difficult because you're focused on it. Yesterday, I played the solo. I ended up with five recharge cards, while when we
Okay.
played, I had zero. I had none at all.
I too, and I had to go after them I was desperate to get them.
Yeah, but then when I
So
played solo, I only went through half the deck. But when we played with four, we had to shuffle the deck at one point. So at least then they all did come out at one point. You're just
yeah,
unlucky enough to get them or when they came out or whatever.
yeah,
But
I agree.
so I do feel like because even when we started the game, it took me several rounds to get a instant card, like a lightning card, even though there's so many, because everything in my hand was different and also very
Okay.
expensive. And in the end, okay, it worked out. That's fine. But it can feel sometimes like, oh, you have this and this and this. I've been waiting for this card for so long. I still don't have one. But that's
Mm.
like you said in the past, that's with any game with a deck of
Yeah,
cards, right? They have to come out like same with Terraforming Mars now with such huge stacks of if you want the Jovians to come out and they're all in the bottom of the deck, yeah, you can forget about it. But so I mean, I think that's part of it.
culture did. One thing is like if a card comes out that you really want, it's actually pretty easy to get it. You just got to make sure your guy goes to a location that's the same terrain as the card.
Yeah,
So it's like,
but if
yeah,
that card comes out on
yeah,
my
no, I know
turn,
that.
and then
But
two
I'm
other
saying,
people, yeah.
but I'm usually for other games like Chair from Mars, you got to top deck it, or you got to
Oh yeah,
draft,
true, true, true,
get
true,
lucky
true,
to
true, true.
draft, or like in Arc Nova, you got to hope it's on the same. You're in far enough to be able to buy it. So at
Yeah,
least it's easy to get a card when it is on that row of six, which six is a lot, you know.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
And you don't have money to buy it. You just have to go put your card in a location that allows you to grab it.
Yeah, that's another thing.
But it
Like when you
is,
place your guy, you either get a resource or you get a card that has that resource on it.
yeah,
The terrain, the habitats, I should say, on it. That's
yeah,
another decision space to make. Yeah. Yeah, so we talked about the sweeping already. The point track bonuses. How do you feel about that? That when as you're going up the score track, you get certain bonuses. Like one of the
I think it's there.
bonuses, yeah.
I think those bonus, like the point track bonuses, it's there to push the game forward.
Hmm.
So the one was to put the different terrain, so it makes certain spots more juicy
Yeah,
and and then also more eggs, and also then later on you like into 3 points you get a trophy.
yeah,
So it's definitely pushing the game. The point track is accelerating the game.
yeah,
I think it's the same with the turn track.
yeah.
It's just pushing the game forward.
That
Yeah,
brings me to the next point. Like if you when you do an achievement when you're able to do it, so you can get a trophy, and then there's a certain amount of trophies on the player board. When they're all gone, the game will end. Like whoever triggers end game will get their will finish the game, but then the other people can still have one turn. Everyone
turn
can have
then.
one more turn except for that
Yeah,
person. But also when you do the achievements, and that's something that you mentioned yesterday as well, or 2 days ago. The way they do the achievements is pretty cool to make sure that as many of the items are achievable,
yeah.
right?
So like they guarantee that all the animals except one is involved in the scoring.
Yeah,
So you can't say, "Oh, I couldn't get any dragons this game, and that's why I screwed." No,
yeah,
dragon. Everyone except one will score you points. Like in our game, the butterflies can score points. So you are always aiming for. You always have a chance to score one of them, or at
yeah,
least two, one or two,
yeah.
because you're not the luck of the draw is not going to stop you because you're not going to draw just butterflies the whole game. You're going to draw a bit of everything. So that's what happened
And
for
even
the
then, in
achievement.
our game, butterflies were useless. But even then, I
Yeah,
had
so
like
same.
three or four because the actions on the cards were so good. It was like, oh, I'm gonna get it anyway, or get like a
Exactly.
an egg. Okay, so
Yes,
when you do an
exactly.
achievement, you just get the trophy, and then there's also a bunch of stuff you get for doing an achievement. You choose one of the bonuses, but we've got that in a lot of games, so it's not that special.
Yeah, it's a very much a it's a thing, like in Great Western Trail.
Yeah,
When you lift
exactly.
something, you
Yeah,
get something. It's a pistol mechanic. And basically, the awards again is just is the game is actually a race. Even if it takes a
yeah,
long time.
it is a race.
The
Yeah.
game the race basically a race.
Hmm.
And maybe I misunderstood that when I played the game.
But similar to Terraforming Mars, like I really they think this is way more similar to Terraforming Mars than SETI. Way more because you're going for those tags, right? Now here is just animals, but it's and or terrain,
Mm,
but you're still going for the tags. You need to get them, or certain types of cards. You need to get them. You need to get
yeah,
those points because if you ignore those points, there's no way in hell you're gonna win this game. You need to
yeah.
get them, just like Terraforming Mars. If you're not
You need
at least one or two of them, forget about it.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So if you look at the player board, of course, what the most interesting there is the eggs, right? Um,
Yes. What do you think of the egg mechanic?
yeah.
Do you like the egg mechanic?
Well, yeah. So basically, when you go for the achievements, you can have the tags, but you can also have an egg, and then decide to hatch that egg and flip it over, and then that counts as a tag. So
Mm,
And not only that, you also have a lot of cards that will allow you to flip eggs and back and unhatch
yeah.
them again. I don't know how they do it. It's a special world, but I guess they just put it back in the egg and then flip it back over
Or
again.
it
But
has
you
another.
can,
The animal has another baby. That's what it
I know,
is.
I know, I know. But so you get points
Actually,
often because of
did
that.
you notice in the rule book they actually have after every rule book they said story and they gave a thematic reasoning for each rule. Did you
Ah,
notice that in
no,
the rule?
no. Honestly, I didn't check the rule book all that much because we checked the rule book so many times. I figured I knew the rules.
There's actually they actually when it tells you I didn't really want to hatch you, but every time they give a rule, it has like this in italics story and they give a thematic
Ah, cool, cool.
motivation for the rule for the rule. It was kind of funny.
Uh, So
So
with the yeah, but it's true. But I prefer my own ones where they stuff it back in the egg though. Um, so basically, even if when you get an egg, you already get a bonus. It's either points or you can draw a card, I think, or you get resources.
yeah,
So you already get that. But then there's other cards that allow you to flip your eggs back and forth. So you can use them to do a card and then flip them back again for other stuff. For example, one of the expansions that you had was to have like a beast and you
the
awaken that
Gargantian,
beast.
the
Yeah.
Gargantian beast. Yeah,
Yeah. So you awaken it by flipping four eggs. But then if you flip those four eggs, you're like, yeah, but if I flip them, I can't use them for the achievements.
yeah,
So you have to be able to flip them
exactly.
back. Yeah. So, for example, with our game, I started with a card that will allow me to flip eggs back. So I immediately
Wow,
said, like, I'm gonna go for the beasts because I can flip them back. And then I had a card for the rest of the game, ongoing power. Every time I flip an egg or do the action of flipping an egg, I get a point. So
that's
that was
cool.
immediately like,
That's
I'm
a lot
gonna
of
do that.
points.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just a good start, right? So that's luck of the draw.
See, that was my thing. I had a kind of a combo with the recharge.
Ah, yes, yeah, yeah,
So my
yeah,
hero had recharge, my monster had recharge,
yeah.
my riding thing, and I had some cards that did, but no, I didn't get any recharge, and I couldn't find recharge cards the whole game.
Ah, yeah.
You know,
Well, there's
but
another
I
thing.
I had to, yeah,
The monster you're talking about is also an expansion, right? Where your monster actually has a power because in the base game it's not in there.
yeah,
And then the thing is with mine as well, that one would allow me to recharge an energy card, like to put energy back up, back on there. And then the
that's
flipping
cool
eggs
power.
card, what the flipping eggs card was an energy card. So I was like, oh, this is all, whatever, very excited, blah, blah. But in the end, I didn't do it that way. But whatever, it's just it is cool that you start with 8 cards. This is probably to kind of like you have to choose four, but it's kind of to mitigate the luck a little bit. But you can still end up with like stuff like, for example, if you had 8 cards and two of them or three of them were recharge cards, that would have been awesome.
But maybe that's
Yeah,
what I should have done, right? I should have. I didn't. I thought there'd be more recharge cards.
yeah,
I thought it'd be easy to get, but obviously, I should have waited. I should have done something else. Yeah.
yeah. How do you feel about the captains? Because you can unlock your captain the moment you get an achievement, and then you can start using it. But
So I was
I
thinking about
thought,
that.
yeah. You say it
Yeah,
first.
I
You
think
talk
you're right.
first.
They're underpowered. They're not really worth it, right? We only get to play them once every round. And I was thinking about why do you only unlock them once you get achievements? And I think it was to encourage people to get achievements early,
Yeah,
to accelerate the race. Otherwise, people might wait and build this huge engine, and the game could take too long.
yeah, like
So
me.
it was a way to force us to go for cheaper achievement.
Yeah, because where in our game, I immediately went for a the one of the cheapest achievements to
It probably was a
unlock
good.
my captain.
It was probably a good choice
Yeah,
though.
because my captain was if I put him next to somebody else, I can basically copy the egg that they captured last and get my own. In the end of the game, I only captured 2 eggs because most of the eggs were gone very quickly. Like even in the
Yeah.
in the supply, we're all gone. So it's like, oh, there goes my power. And when I played solo yesterday, I actually forgot to activate my hero, my captain.
Oh, did
But I
you?
mean,
Oh,
yeah, but
excuse
also
me.
because it's I feel like in general it sounds really good, but in the end it's one of three workers. Like
Yeah,
there was one gargantuan beast, and Esteban had that one, and that one allows you to recharge after 2 times. And then he had
that's
the
good.
hero that when you place it, he gets an energy, and then he can recharge other cards around him, and that was an amazing combo.
But I tell you what,
Uh,
though,
yeah,
if I had managed to get a lot of recharge cards,
yeah,
my hero would have been awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, but because I didn't have recharge cards, I didn't bother unlocking them.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. But he unlocks automatically, no? The moment you get an achievement.
But I didn't rush it because I didn't have any
Yeah,
recharge
like that.
cards.
Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, yeah. I was like,
But if
yeah,
I
now I can get eggs, and then in the end,
but if I had two or three good recharge cards, I would have rushed the captain out.
yeah, yeah,
But I think the whole thing of the captain, they didn't want to make him too powerful, but they wanted to encourage people to get achievements early. I think that was the main reason.
yeah. And I think, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because I think the one that I rushed was like 4 points, and if you have a little bit more of them, you get 8 points. So I think in the end, the eggs that I got, it made up for it. But in the end, I only got 2 eggs, so I was
What do you
expecting much more. But
what
yeah.
did you make of the mini expansions?
I think the beasts are okay, but yesterday I didn't go for a beast at all. Like when I played
Really?
solo, right? I didn't go at all because I was always having good cards and and I wanted to keep my eggs because it felt more like a race. And I was like, no, I need all these eggs for this and this achievement. I don't want to flip them. I don't have any cards that allows me to flip these eggs back. So
Mhm.
I cannot do it. So I just never went for it. But then in our game, I went for it immediately. I don't know if you remember,
Mhm.
but I was the second one who got a monster actually. But
Yeah, Miguel
so
rushed it first, obviously.
for me at the moment, it's situational. It also depends on what the monsters give you because some of them, according to your captain and everything else, will be more appealing. The
Mm.
monster cards I really like. The ones that even if it's only a once per game, I like that. And the
I
way
think
that
next,
you yeah, yeah.
well, I won't mix about color next time. I'll just say just random, and who cares what your monster looks like in real life? You just
Yeah, yeah,
keep the
exactly.
power.
It's just the
So
power.
because what I did was I gave it to it by color, but next time I'll just randomize, just give everyone two,
Yeah,
random
because
two.
otherwise, if people always play green and then suddenly they draw a purple monster, they might not want to play with the purple monster and
Yeah,
whatever. But then you can still choose whatever you think is coolest and then
yeah.
apply the
There you
power.
go.
It doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
best place to apply the power. Yeah,
Story. The reason why we did it like this is because you just insert the DNA of the monster in the picture in your current monsters, and now they have the ability. There you go. There you go.
very story. There we go.
Fixed
Yeah.
it for you. Uh, I think we can go to what is for you in this game, what is the biggest pro? Was the best thing about this game? What makes it stand out the most?
So the fact that I was saying because Miguel's designing, is busy designing a Tableau builder like this kind of game, right?
Hmm.
And he actually asked me a question. He hasn't responded though. So he asked me the question. He asked me the question, what I liked most about the game and what I didn't like about it. And I think I said to him, the thing I liked most about this game was how how well they integrated worker placement with Tableau building. It's seamless. It actually really, really works. Like in
Hmm.
Everdell, which again is my favorite game, the worker placement is kind of small. It's just you just there to get the resources. So in
Hmm.
Everdell, you get like 2 or 3 characters, meeples. You basically just put in spots to get resources.
Hmm.
It's just the meeples are simply there to resource gathering. But in this game, it didn't feel like that. It felt more strategic, and maybe it's because the way you place it, that you get the adjacent powers, and you're looking for the eggs, and you're looking to draw the help to draw the cards. Whereas in Everdell, you can put it, work it down to draw to top deck cards. I don't know, it felt the worker placement felt more meaningful or more part of the game,
Hmm.
and Tableau felt and they really work together because these are my two, besides Dudes in the Back, my favorite two mechanisms, right? The worker placement and Tableau building, and I
Yeah.
thought they really worked well together.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
really
I
like that.
I agree because it's the eggs and the special powers that make it different.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just collecting resources like you said. But the eggs and then the
Yes.
fact that the special powers with your nets, you're
But
limited in nets
it's
and
also the spatial puzzle of the placing the guy.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like to put it here to get these ones, or place it this way, and place it this way, and then you block someone because you put in this direction or this direction.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. It's really cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
For me, it's it's difficult to say, but I think I like the egg mechanic a lot because that adds so much to it, and then just the cards as well. That all the cards are different. I very rarely have a card in my hand that I say like I can't do anything with this. This is
Yeah.
trash or whatever. Because there's
Even
so
though the
many
cards,
cards that yeah,
and even though the cards aren't multi-use, though, it's just one. It's
yeah,
just normal cards. Yeah.
yeah. But then you're looking at the animal tag, and you're also looking at the habitat tag that you might need.
Yeah.
So those are very important as well. Do you have any cons?
Maybe the fact that where it ends, maybe the fact that it's a race. I'm not
Yeah,
crazy with that idea that you don't control the ending.
yeah,
It's not as bad as Ark Nova, which I hate. I hate the ending from Ark Nova.
yeah,
But I don't think, I think, no, I think I didn't play well last game, but I think I'll play a lot better next time because I'll understand the game better. But no, I haven't got much cons for it. I really do enjoy it. I think it's a great game. Um,
I've
maybe the
got,
only con is maybe the
yeah,
con would be that maybe the captain should be more interesting. But I
yeah.
think that's a bit of a miss. What's your cons?
I have similar stuff. I have can end abruptly, it can
Yeah,
suddenly end because you might be yeah. I could look at your cards, I could look at Miguel's, but then Esteban's way farther, so it's difficult to keep an eye on him. Of
yeah,
course, if you're with three, it'll be easier to keep an eye on what your neighbors are doing.
yeah.
The starting cards, I think, can still be a little bit of a toss-up.
Would
Of
you rather draft?
I guess you could, but then with drafting, it's going to take longer again, and
But
so
no, but you don't
on.
draft. But you don't draft eight. You draft six, five.
Yeah, true,
You draft five
true.
cards, keep
Or
four. You know.
you can still do eight, but the moment you've got four, you stop. You know what I mean? Or whatever.
Sure.
I don't know. But I'm just saying it's always like a little bit it's just difficult or whatever. But
Mm,
then as I also wrote down some powers seem better, like from certain
yes,
captains or whatever. Like
definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
And then also captain powers are not that impactful.
Yeah, that's what I say as well. But maybe
Yeah.
that would, but if it was too powerful, it would be kind of affect the game.
Yeah, because then it's like you have to get it, otherwise you can't win or whatever. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's. But I think it's more like because it's such a big piece and it has the magnet and everything, it
I
automatically
think,
makes you
yeah,
feel like it should
especially
be more.
especially because the fact you have to unlock it. If the game,
Yeah,
I
that
think
too. Yeah,
if I think if it came in, like everyone had this small little power for the capture
yeah,
from the beginning, it would have been that you would have said, okay, it's a small power. But the fact you have to unlock it, the anticipation for it is far stronger now.
yeah. But then I don't think it would be nice to have a power like mine where I can steal an egg from right from jump already. Oh, you got an egg?
True.
Boom, I got it
But
too. Like
but
what?
the thing is, as I said, it's not like sometimes powers they sometimes get I can't give an example of it. Sometimes they'll say, okay, you have to wait till the second round before you unlock the power or something like that.
Yeah,
But
okay,
yeah,
okay.
you have to work really hard to unlock it because
Mm-hmm.
getting
Yeah.
achievements not easy.
No, it's true.
Or
It's
you
true.
or you have to forgo the chance of getting double the points with
The higher
achievements.
points. Yeah.
Like because
Because
it's gonna
I
be a lot of
thought we were
points,
so
right?
I really thought like this was a good move, and then I ended up being the only one who got it as quickly as possible
Yeah,
because everybody else did it like much later, and I was like, man,
because the power's only good. But so the thing is,
yeah,
so that disconnects there because it's really difficult to unlock it, and when you unlock it, you go.
yeah, yeah,
Though my power actually did work out because I did have one good recharge card. So the
yeah.
recharge,
I have no problem with my captain's power, and the only problem is I only got to use it twice because after that the eggs were gone. And then, I
yeah,
mean, there were eggs left, but those eggs were what people didn't want anymore
yeah,
because all those cards were already, the achievements were done. So they were
yeah.
like redundant. So, anyway. Okay. So, I'll talk about the solo and then we'll give a final verdict and then we're
But
done.
before that, did you know? See, they announced this expansion
Okay.
of series.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What is
I
it?
shall, wait, no, I'll send it to you in the chat so you can read it. I just looked it
Okay.
up. I looked at it I was looking at the board game geek and there it was.
There it was. What a
And
surprise.
it's coming directly to their website, not to
Ah,
Kickstarter.
so you have to order it from there or what?
Yes, and looks
Okay.
like it's gonna have
Just more of
weather
the same. Ah,
more
better.
weather stuff onto the third location, so transforms the boards.
Ah, okay.
Some spaces will grant powerful effects, while others will disrupt habitats, creating a dynamic new twist on worker placement. Also encounter the mysterious spirits, a new species that appears in the winter and interacts uniquely with weather effects. Alongside them come a wealth of new creature cards, brand new captains, achievements, and more. So that's
Now,
pretty
now,
cool.
now that you say it, but because technically the board always stays the same. The only thing that changes
Yeah.
is where you put those tiles that you
Yes.
can place.
So
So
now it looks like they have a mechanic that changes it now.
okay. Okay, so I'll talk
So
about the
solo.
solo then. Yeah,
Yes.
so you've probably noticed already on the captain cards, several of them have like
Yes.
solo robots on the
Right.
back. So we've got like four difficulties. You've got like they're all called Tingent, I think, the robot. So you've got lazy one, you've got easygoing one. So I played against the easygoing one. And then a little bit more difficult and then very difficult, right? So I wanted to start it off easy, but not too easy either. So basically, it
Right.
comes with it comes with a deck of cards, right? And the deck of cards has a white and a brown section, or yellow and brown, whatever. And on the card of the captain, right, the robot, there'll be the top side will be all like yellow, white, yellow gears, and the bottom will all be like brown gears. So
Okay.
obviously, there's a marker on the first gear, and it's going to be moving around. And as it's on the yellow, let's just say yellow, the yellow gears it will always do the yellow action. And then once it reaches brown, it'll start doing only the brown actions. Right.
Oh, okay.
Also, when
Okay.
it reaches brown, you immediately shuffle again, and so on and so on. So basically, it's just
And it
one
stays brown, and it
action.
stays brown, and it always stays brown, even after you shuffle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because every card has a yellow and a brown. So once it goes to the brown, of course, if it reaches all the way to the end, the game will end anyway because of
Okay.
the robot. But it didn't even get near that in my game. Okay, so also in the middle, there's a little circle gear, and that if it's like red, it'll say that it moves. If it doesn't say, it won't move. So two main things are the captain. It only has two pieces, so two workers, and they will be on the board at all times. They never get come off. Okay.
Okay.
They they do collect eggs. They do collect cards. The cards will either be face down, which will be a certain amount of points depending on the difficulty. Like in my difficulty it was 2 points, very easy 1 point, all the way high up 4 points. And
Hmm.
also the face up cards. Face up cards are all 5 points, so they can ramp up very quickly. So it also has three gears of different colors that are the same, that correspond to the achievements. And they're all placed on the leftmost achievement. So, for example, on
Okay.
the brown achievement, which is the general ones, um, it goes on there, and then the yellow and the blue, which are the animals, right? So as you're going onto the gears, it has sometimes I have different icons. So one is the one where you can place a tile, right? So it'll do that, whatever. And then another one can be one of those gears with the face on it where you put on the achievements. When that happens, when it goes on there, it will complete its achievement. Now, if it's on the brown, the general one, it will automatically complete the top one. But, and this is what I really like, if it's an animal one, it will look at the eggs and the cards it has. So it'll automatically do the lowest one, but if it has enough tags, it will do the highest one.
Okay.
So it doesn't automatically always get the highest with the animals. It really checks, have I collected enough? Because on the icons,
So
when you
you can
flip the
check.
card,
So you can check too. So then you can then pivot to something
yeah.
it's not collecting a lot of.
Because in the beginning, I was like, oh, it's going to come down to the next achievement. But like, oh, wait, it only has like three eggs. It's only going to do the bottom one. I don't have to rush to get eight. I've got
Yeah,
time.
that's cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty nifty. But also sometimes it can also, well, like I said, it has depending on the eggs and the face-up cards, right? So at one point, I thought I had time to unlock the beasts and score eggs and everything would have given me 18 points.
Hmm.
No. I decided to unlock the beast first because then in the next turn I could do an achievement and get 18 points in total instead of doing the achievement first. So I'm going to wait one turn. But then it was his turn and he took the last achievement and ended the game instantly because you're always first player. So bye bye 18 points. So I was like, what? So you do have to keep an eye on it.
That's cool.
Solo feels faster because it really feels like a race because you see as it's progressing, right? And what it's collecting and everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it feels faster. Um, but aside from that, you just play your regular game. And he will block, like he'll have cards that says, for example, mushroom, and they'll automatically go to wherever you can get the most possible mushrooms.
Okay.
So the juiciest spots will always be taken from like two resources or whatever. And for the mini expansions, it's completely ignored by the AI. And if you play with beasts, it makes the game half a star easier. Well, not in my case because I forgot to do it. And then when I used the monster, when I wanted to use it, I realized I forgot to pay the resource at the start of the game. So I penalized myself and I said I can't use the monster. Forget it. So in the end, I didn't even use those two, and I forgot to unlock my captain. So it's a good thing I didn't record that session, but I want to play it again this week and record it. And I did win with by like 30 or 40 points.
On the
Uh,
easy or medium. On the medium.
second easy. So not the easiest one, but the one above it. And then you still have
So
two more
when you
difficult.
when you play again, are you can play at which level?
I think I'll do the next level and then see.
Hmm.
Because like I said, I didn't use the power, I didn't use my captain, and I didn't use the beast. So if I put all those in there, then maybe it'll be different. But yeah, it was a lot
Okay.
of fun, just like before, and there's no downtime, you know? It's like, okay, I'll do
So
him. Now maybe.
so now you say that the solo is good. And that's great because I want to play it also. I want to play solo too. But was the solo the clincher, or would you have got it even if would you have pre-ordered it without the solo?
Oh, I also
Oh,
want to say the solo has that, right? But it also comes with three scenarios that change the game around a bit.
oh,
That
that's
has like
cool.
certain rules, like the AI might do this or might do
Okay,
that. I think
that's
one of
cool.
them is like flooding or whatever stuff happens and you can't do certain things, or the AI
Okay.
kicks you off the map so you get your worker back, so you can't recharge, so you have to put him out again, stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay, that's funny. That's
So
kind of cool. So now,
I
as I
think
said,
if
with
yeah,
yeah.
if the solo would have sucked. I think I still would have. I would have been less excited. The final score would have gone down for sure. But this is a game that I can play. with a lot of people because it
I
looks
agree.
so nice. It's very appealing. It's not that difficult to explain, to be honest. And there might always be questions, but I think it looks very inviting as well.
Yeah,
And yeah, so and
and
it reminds me of
it's fun.
Seasons in look, and it reminds me of Terraforming Mars in gameplay. So those are both very,
And that's it. And
very epic.
Everdell. And
Yeah,
Everdell.
yeah,
And yeah, I agree. So
yeah.
what's your rating?
My rating is a 9.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't mind the randomness as such, but maybe okay, maybe it's also because my both my games went pretty well that I played. But even then, yeah, no, I think it's really
No, I
good.
really liked it. I was going to give it an 8, which is still very high.
Yeah,
I would give it an 8. And I think it might go up higher when I play it more. I
yeah.
start seeing like, but there's so many cards and I can see so many connections. I think, yeah, I think I'm looking for, maybe we should just play it again on Saturday again
Because
instead
I
of,
think the thing is also like, for example, with SETI, right? With SETI, I could say
Mhm.
like, okay, scanning is not easy enough to do. It's not as interesting enough to do. Whatever. There's like part of the game that I can say like, this I'm not really crazy about. Plus, the solo is not that good for SETI. But with this one, I can't really say like, I don't really like this thing. The
No,
only thing I
it's
might
all
say
fun.
is like, oh, the captain powers are not too impactful, but it's not really a problem, honestly.
I
Uh,
really, I really like the fact that, okay, the first thing, the milestones. I think I told my girl, the
mm,
milestones are good. I like it because it gives you direction.
achievements, yeah.
The achievements, sorry. I think of milestones, I think of
Yeah,
Terraforming
well, it's all
Mars.
the same. It's all the same. Doesn't matter.
But the achievements, they give you a direction, they give you some focus. So you look
No,
at your cards, okay, what am I looking at? Okay, I need to have these things, I need to do this, I need to do that.
no.
And so I like that. I like the worker placement aspect. And I love tableau borders. I love the way
No.
it looks. There's not much wrong with it. So if
Because
I'd give it an 8, yeah, right?
because even the achievements, like you said, uh, I forgot to mention that two cards are only single animals. Like for example, have 8 fish or have 8 dragons, but then the other two are combined, like
Yeah,
lobsters and salamanders or whatever. And then
yeah.
so it crabs, I should say. Sorry.
Mm.
Oh, and by the way, I checked. Apparently, neither of us has the super deluxe version because it apparently has even more animals, but it doesn't add anything extra. It's just more axolotl and other stuff, and it's just more figurines, even more.
But no more powers.
No, I think maybe one captain or something, but that's it. But then it
Okay.
says that it's negligible. It's already in the game or whatever.
Where did that
So
version come from? Was that from the
I think it's from
Kickstarter?
the Kickstarter,
Kickstarter.
yeah. Exclusives, I
What?
guess.
Okay.
Because a lot of people say they got annoyed that even the crew expansion is also has a Kickstarter version and not a retail version. Because it really has to say on the box on the bottom right Kickstarter version or not. Otherwise, it's not the same. Because I was
Uh,
reading on BGG that people were complaining about it a little bit. Like, I had no idea. I had to buy it again because I really wanted to have everything. But from because people really wanted to play with the axolotls because they're so cute. La 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 la. Like, I don't really care about that, to be honest. But
what is axolotls?
there were also red.
The pink ones. I got the pink ones
No, it's not pink. It's another one. Um,
because I got an extra monster
yeah, but it's not that one.
that has no color. Okay. Okay.
No. Um,
That's annoying.
yeah, I know it is annoying. Because that's basically the difference with the Kickstarter version or the retail, which looks like
Okay.
Kickstarter version anyway. But because there's a
But to be honest,
unicorn as
though,
well. There's unicorn as well.
I saw that the pictures. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Right.
also Kickstarter. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's
Sorry,
fine.
did I bum you out now?
Yes, you did actually.
Sorry. Well, you can hunt down a Kickstarter version if you can find it
No, it's
anywhere.
fine. I don't need that much, but I would like to have had it. That's all.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I mean, in the end, it's just looks, right? And honestly, I don't need to play with unicorns. But yeah,
See them. I can see what you mean. Yeah, they are. Yeah. 12
mm,
non-magnetic, 2 regular men. And 3 captains we can have. Okay, I see it.
yeah. But from the comments that it's not gameplay wise, it's nothing
Wooden
ground
tokens.
shattering. Yeah.
Wooden tokens for the solo.
But
Okay,
maybe Bad Comet will also have it somewhere
it's a
separately.
printed
Uh,
bag. Okay. Well, if the creatures don't have powers, then it's not that big a deal. That
Yeah,
just
no, that's
looks.
just saying it's just pure visual, apparently.
Yeah, that's
Seems like
fine.
that
Yeah,
that's what I read. That's what I read. So yeah. But yeah, it is exceptional that even an
except the
expansion has
crew.
a Kickstarter version.
There's one captain I don't have. You're right. There's one captain,
Yeah,
William.
yeah.
Okay.
William, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if William's power is that special or different, but I don't know.
Okay.
But
I thought
I'm
I was getting a
sure
Kickstarter.
maybe at one point they get a reprint and then they'll offer the specific things separately, whatever, and they can
I
still
don't
get it.
know.
But
That's it's not big deal.
oh yeah, I just saw like there's a new expansion. Yeah, I just saw it now as well. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
sorry
it's,
about
as I said,
mentioning that.
yeah, no, I'm not bummed.
Yeah.
But I think it would have been worse if the monsters had their own little powers.
Oh, I might even bum you out even more. Apparently, there's also a Chinese myth-themed creature exclusive expansion pack. What? Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. But it's all in
Okay.
Chinese, so that doesn't really. It just looks different. Whatever. But
Thanks.
yeah,
Yeah, the only
yeah.
thing I wish I had was that extra captain. That's no big deal.
Because it was weird when I checked Power's website, it said retail with everything, and I was like, huh? But then, yeah, it was
Yeah.
really weird. So, and apparently they didn't really uh, communicated that clearly enough in
Okay.
the afterwards as well for the Kickstarter and everything else.
No,
So,
it's okay. It's okay. It's just
if
meatballs anyway. But there's such a
sorry.
thing, colors, such a thing, colors. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah.
The only one that I can imagine would be disappointed is my daughter because of the unicorns.
The
But
unicorns. The
and
unicorns
one of
do look
them
cool.
and one of them is a Pokemon.
So it is a Pokemon. That one looks like an owlbear.
Yeah. And the crew captain also looks really high on crack. But
It does actually.
William, yeah, I don't even know what it
Yeah, the only
I
thing I'm
can't read
disappointed
it.
about, the only thing I'd want would be the captain.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I
fine.
agree. But aside from that, it seems to be the exact same. The purple cruise is also part of it. Yeah, so that's what we
Yeah.
have. Yeah,
I would be more upset if they had monster powers for those meeples that we didn't get.
yeah, exactly. But apparently those are the same. So
Yeah.
they don't have any different.
Yeah. So that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's
Well, and
it.
also like, wait,
Yeah.
I don't have. I get it. It looks just looks different. The wooden eggs, the must paint look different. No, yeah, it's it. I highly recommend it as well. Beautiful game, beautiful, cool mechanics,
Mm.
and I'm looking forward to the expansion already.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. Thank you very much for
Maybe we
introducing
can do a
it.
group. Maybe we can do a group. We can do a group order, share on postage.
Yeah. It would be a good idea because I think this will be highly sought after. I actually was surprised that the Power had it in stock. I
Did
was
you have all of them in stock? Oh, do you have it in stock?
yeah, he had it in stock. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's I'm surprised because I thought stuff like this would be gone immediately.
Mm.
Yeah. So I we'll see. We'll see. Can always just email them and see what they're planning as well.
Yeah,
Because you said the expansion just goes to their website, right?
that's what it says. Yeah,
Yeah, which is a bit annoying because it's going to be more expensive for us.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We can share on postage.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Cool.
okay. Good
All
stuff, man.
right. We'll see what we will talk about next. Maybe we'll talk about how Saturday went. How about that?
Yes, I think
That'd
that's a
be
good
a good,
idea.
good topic. All right. Okay, everyone. Feel free to leave comments or whatever, either on any podcast that you have or just on YouTube, where we will post this part will be on YouTube. The rest will not. So if you want to listen to everything else that we talked about, check it on podcasts. Okay. All right. Bye bye.
Bye.